Morning po.
So ulitin ko lang po yung sinimulan ko kanina. No? So ito po kasi is a topic na may connection dun sa scorecard natin. No? Kasi the scorecard is strategic tool po yan no? sa pag, pagpa-planning, no? Sa financial planning and all that ng mga companies. And the whole idea, 1990s to ginawa no, ni Norton and Kaplan, as I mentioned in the last video. Yung idea po nito talaga is to give weights naman sa ibang areas, no, aside from financial. Kasi previously talagang puro bottom line lang tinitingnan ng mga companies. No? So some people inadvertently no, understood Norton and Kaplan to mean na pag finance scorecard, kailangan 25% lahat. Pero hindi naman po ganun yung ibig sabihin niya. No? So, ang point lang naman niya is balancing means bibigyan mo lang siya ng ng due recognition. No? So in this case, for example, no, if your company is not so much into infrastructure, uh, uh, not konti lang ang tao. So itong learning and growth niya hindi masyado, no. I would think na pag school dapat ito mataas tong learning and growth. And maybe the operations will not be that high. O kaya ihahabol ko tong operations sa learning and growth, maybe tig 20 ang dalawang yan, no. And then of course, ang customer would be a bit higher, no? And financial will not play so much of a factor because ang idea kasi sa school is that if you teach well and your customers are happy and if your customers are doing well, bawa sa board exams, mataas ang scores nila, nakakapasa naman lahat, the financial perspective will surely follow. That's the idea in schools. It's not really naman na ang tina-target po agad bottom line. So, yun. So, yun po yung ano ko dito, no, disclaimer. This is not written in stone. This is not something that I say na dapat ganito yung setup, no, hindi po 'yan. It depends po do sa company and believe you me, no. Itong pag-determine ng weights na to, minsan inaabot ng ilang meeting to bago lang ma-identify ko talagang ano yung dapat na weights, no. Kasi nga, like if you're from marketing, you will say, teka, hindi, customer in market, dapat yun ang mataas. Kasi pag wala yung customer, wala yung financial. Eh, you know, everything naman in the company should be well represented. So, yun, hindi na yan dapat dinedebate. Kaya nga importante talaga kung tutuusin no, sa ibang company. Ang nagdedetermine po ng weights ay ang head, no, yung presidente, yung CEO, he's the one determining this. And he's the one saying, katulad nga nung time ni Sir Peter, you know, with Laguna, Dr. Peter would always be the one to give us the WIGs, tinatawag ng wildly important goals. Yung WIGs would be, ano yung wildly important? Ano yung pinaka-importante sa company? Of course, lahat yan ay importante, no? But ano yung pinaka-wildly important maybe this year so that maging tayong successful yun. Maging kumbaga, isa sa mga critical success factor ng company natin this year. Natututunan namin yan sa pag-attend sa mga ano ng Philippine Quality Award. Sa Philippine Quality Award, ang turo ay, halimbawa, when I attended before, yung J&J, no, yung Johnson and Johnson, sinasabi nila is that, for example, this year, sasabihin ng head, no, which is the ng head office, okay, what our wildly important goal this year is the sales of 100 million units of shampoo, for example. So it doesn't mean na hindi mo na pagbibigyan ng pansin yung powder, BB powder, some of the other things. Pero ang point nito is that we have to push this product. Kasi siguro nakikita nila na isa sa success factor yon and doon talaga malaki yung maring yung margin, etc. So yun po yung disclaimer dito. So this could be any number basta as long as magka-come up tayo with the total of 100%, no? Some people nga would just put random numbers like 3, 2, 1, basta ang total would be ratio, and then we will get the ratio and proportion, and then we will get the 100%. So ano ibig sabihin ko? Halimbawa, ang nilagay nating weights dito ay 3, 2, 1, and then 1, and then 3, 2, 3, 5, 2, and 1, for example. So pag nakita niyo dyan, you will have 11, no? So ano ibig sabihin nun? Then you will have 3 divided by 11, right? Yun ang ibig sabihin nun, no? Then financial will have 27.27%. So yun, hindi na natin gagawin ganun ka-complicated to, no? So we'll just go back to the original, no? 40, 20, ano nga pa sinabi natin dito? 40, 30, 20, and 10. Yan, yan. So yun po yun. Okay? Okay po ba? Gigets naman po natin yan, no? And then we have, ito pong apat na perspective sa ilalim. Ang nangyayari po dyan is you will give metrics, no, or KPI sa uh, uh, bawat perspective. Again, disclaimer, no, may mga companies po, no, na talagang sobrang daming KPI, no, which is understand naman natin yun from the perspective ng operation. So kasi siyempre, maaring itong nilagay ko dito po ay perspective ng company, no? So this is the business perspective, business level, corporate level. Pagdating po sa division level, and then pababa sa operations, and then sa individual departments, minsan nga po individual employee may scorecard. May nakita na po ang company na gano'n, no? Bawat tao may scorecard. So meron po siyang financial metrics. So ang mangyayari pa rin, magagaling pa rin sa taas kasi yung metric, no, yung pinaka business level. So dito, kinuha ko lang po dito, for example, ROE or return on equity, and then net income, and then we have the debt ratio. So nandito is what is good, higher is good kasi importante po yan sa scoring later on, no. So in this case, no, nakita niyo po ang target 15%, ang factual performance is 18. Since higher po yan, so magiging pong 18 divided by 15. Ayan po, so makikita niyo po 120% siya or 120 points. So, 1.2. Kasi po dito, ibig sabihin ng 1.2 is that you defeated or you were able to go beyond the target, no? Now, ito naman, 800 divided by 1 million, hindi niya nakuha yung target niya, no? So 80% lang siya ng target. While in this case, since lower po to, dapat ang target ang nasa taas, no? So kasi kailangan mababa ka, no? But in this case, ang nangyari is that you are lower than the performance. Ayan. So ito po ang nangyayari po dyan, 98.98. Meron po pong way dito para ma-compute to, no? In fact, meron nga pong software niyan na hindi na tayo nagko-compute, no? Meron siya na yung nagko-compute sa sarili niya, no? BSC designer ang tawag. Pero to simplistically lang, no? So anyway, we can also automate this. Ang gagawin lang naman, if higher, then ito versus ito. If lower, then target divided by actual performance. Ulitin ko lang po, no? Pag higher the better, actual divided by target, no? Pag lower the better, target divided by actual. Actually, as I said, meron pong ibang way niyan, no? Nagmi-min and max pa to eh. Pero again, sinasabi ko nga po, simplistic lang yung ating computation. Hindi naman natin siya masyadong this is for the purpose of education lang. Now, we have weights here. So yung weights po, actually yung iba dyan dito nanggagaling, dito nila nilalagay yung weights. No? But we want to have the weights kasi gusto nating malaman kung gaano ka-importante itong mga to. No? So for example, in our case, if we want ROE to be like 30%. And then yung net income, syempre importante to, no? 50% siguro yan, while the debt ratio will be 20%. Again, hindi naman ito, you know, hindi naman kailangan tatlo lang, no? Minsan five itong metrics. Pero ang natutunan ko nga po dun sa core disciplines of execution sa PQA is that it has to be so wildly important na pag masyadong madaming metric mo, hindi na siya important kasi parang ang tawag nila po doon ay meaningless many. 'Di ba? Parang iba-ibang tawag eh. Minsan meaningless many. O kaya ang sinasabi naman ng iba ay uh, kasi iilan lang yung critical eh. Yung critical few and then hindi naman meaningless no but important siguro, important many. Uh, Marami siya, important din naman. Pero there are only a few that are critical. So maybe in this case, pipili ka lang ng 3 hanggang 5. I would say siguro top na ang 5. Pag sumobra ka rin sa 5, parang hindi na siya talagang super critical. Mamimili ka pa rin. No? So in this case, for example, you want the return on equity to be higher kasi siguro demand ng ano yan, ng ating mga shareholders. And then we have the net income, naturalmente, mataas yan dapat. And then finally, yung debt natin siguro gustong ibaba ng mga stakeholders, gusto niya mababa sa 50%. So ganyan po, no? So ang gagawin lang naman po dito, the score will be, you will multiply the score multiplied with the weights, no? And then since 30 ang ginamit natin hindi 100, so we will have divided by 100. Yeah, so we have 0.36 or 36%. And then you'll just copy. Ngayon, ang mangyayari po dito, you will sum this up, no? And yeah. So in short, ang score ng metrics ng financial is 0.96 or maybe 96%. No? Gawin na natin 100 dito para 95.57. And then you will have to call it dito sa may main scorecard, no? So yung financial, so maglalagay ko lang na plus and then I will go to the financial, no? And then pick that up. So that will now be the score. And then same thing, no? 95 times the weights. So then you will have to divide it by 100. Saka na natin divide sa dulo na lang. Ay, sorry. Ay. Yan. Okay? Okay po ba na gets naman po tayo? Okay, so on the customer side naman, again, maglalagay din tayo ng metric, no? Simplihan lang natin para hindi siya mahirap computin. So maybe you will have two metrics here. Sundin na lang natin itong format natin para pareho. Okay, so ang metrics natin dito, lalagay natin to as customer satisfaction, no? CSAT rating or the customer satisfaction rating. And let's say it's the target is of course let's say 95%, no? And 95%. And then ito yung customer complaints, no? Let's say, i-measure natin yung customer complaints. Siyempre to, gusto natin to lower, no? And we should have, hindi naman customer complaint. Sige, customer complaint, we should have, or earn that, ano na lang, customer dissatisfaction rating. So syempre, 2%. Ngayon ito, gawin na natin to 90%. Ang meron pong gitna yun kung familiar po kayo doon sa rating scale ng satisfaction, the satisfaction, maaring yung 1 to 10, yung sumagot ng 8, 9, 10 would be satisfaction, and then yung sumagot ng 1 and 2 hanggang 3 is dissatisfaction. So merong center eh. So in this case, parang sinasabi natin the CSAT rating, hindi ito yung satisfaction, ito yung rating scale lang. So kung baga 1 to 10, 90%. So that means ang average na is 9 out of 10. Itong DSAT are the people na dissatisfied sa ating rating. Okay? So yun lang po yun. So di ba, actual performance ng CSAT is, di ba, it was 82%, and the customer satisfaction naman, dissatisfaction is 5%. So medyo mababa siya doon. No? So in the same way, ang score mo dito would be yun, no? Actual divided by target. While in this case, the target divided by the actual, which is medyo mababa siya ron, no? And then if the weights of the satisfaction rating is about 50-50, so yan. So yan ang magiging score niyan. So now, ang main scorecard would be, ayan po. Okay, meron po bang questions? Meron po bang hindi tayo nag-gets? Isi-send po din po sa inyo itong scorecard. Pwede mo kayong mag-chat or if you have a problem or have a question. So operations po, usually yung operations ang pinakamadaming metric, no? Pero again, as I said, hindi naman yan lahat critical. So let's just put the critical things here. Okay. So let's say that ang operations natin ay something to do with the delivery rate, no? Which is let's say syempre dapat 95%. Delivery rate within the day, siguro ganoon na lang, no? Within the day. Halimbawa, gusto mo na ma-deliver lahat ng in-order sa inyo within one day. The target is turned in 95%, and maybe that's the one that's critical to your company. And the actual performance, for example, is 93.2%. Yan. And then the delivery rate, ano pa ba? Error, no? Error rate ng mga delivery and all that. Siyempre, lower to, no? The lower the better to, no? So, let's say, dapat 1% lang, no? Siyempre, ayaw natin ng madaming errors. And then the actual performance, let's say, is 5%, no? Wala, hindi maiiwasan yan. So, this will now be 1 divided by 5. And then, process score. Ayan. So siguro yung process score would be either score ng audit o kaya naman score ng ating mga customers. Pwede rin naman ito nasa customer satisfaction, pero this is rating the process, di ba? Or baka meron kayong mas appropriate na rating scale diyan, no? Pwede naman, no? So let's say the target is 90% and the actual performance is 82%. Yan. So this will now be 82 divided by 90. And halimbawa, ang gusto natin, ang mataas ang weight ay ang error rate. Ibig sabihin, ayaw natin na maraming error. And then okay lang na hindi masyado ma-deliver on the day. Basta mahalaga, mataas yung score natin sa process. No? So yan. Again, disclaimer, depende sa company yan. So dito sa operations, you will pick it up again do sa side na yun. No? And then enter. Yan. Control copy. Yan. And ano natin itong ating average lang to. Hindi, wag na yan. Hindi natin kailangan kunin ng average na. Oops. And finally, we have the learning and growth. No? Ang learning and growth actually ay metric to ng HR pero meron din dito about infra. No? Kasi yung MIS, yung mga tungkol sa information, nandito rin. No? But let's say, hindi naman yan yung ating target. Target natin dito siguro ay ang rating ng cost ng ating mga employee. So employee satisfaction, example, we want it to be higher, no? 75% gusto natin. You know, masyadong importante na gustong-gusto ng mga employee yung ginagawa niya, satisfied sila, no? And ayun, medyo mababa kunwari, no? 75 lang. Okay? Tapos, ang isa pa dito is yung turnover rate or resignation rate na lang. Hindi, sige, turnover rate. Ang turnover rate is ito yung rating ng yung umaalis, no? Turnover, umaalis. And we want it to be just 20%. So, dapat yan, less than pa nga eh. I remember when we were doing the investors and people, ang target namin dito less than 10%. Kasi pag hindi ka mabibigyan ng award kasi mataas na yung 20%. Anyway, and the actual performance, let's say, is 10%. Ayan. Wala naman umaalis pero hindi sila satisfied. Parang ganun ang idea nito. Okay, so actual performance, ay lower to, no? Okay, so medyo mataas ka naman. Yan, mataas yan. Yung iba rito pala, no, hindi sila nagbibigay ng more than 100%. Pero some naman are allowing this high score, no? Okay lang to. No? Then we have here the competency rating, no? Or competence rating. Sabihin na natin competence rating yan, no? Higher the better. Let's say, ang gusto lang natin is 80% this year. And nung tinarget natin, nakita natin 55% lang yung competency rating. So the score will now be 55 divided by 80. And halimbawa sa tatlong to, ang importante ay ang competency rating, natural, no? Yan ang pinaka-importante sa lahat, no? 60%, turnover rate, 20 lang, kunwari. And then employee satisfaction is 20 lang, no? So in this case, you will have mataas naman ang score natin sa turnover rate dahil walang masyadong umaalis. Pero hindi siya perfect, no? Kasi ang gusto pa rin ng company ay mataas yung kanyang competency rating. Ayan. So pag ganun po, yan, nag-multiply lang siya, no? And then you will have the final score which is, in this case, 79.21%. Yan po, yan ang magiging score ngayon ng ating scorecard. Tapos pwede nyo pa itong i-graph, no? Although magte-take time kasi aalisin mo to ganyan. Pero those are the things that one can do using the scorecard. Ayan po, yan ang natin. So anong ibig sabihin pala nito? No? Pag meron kang score na 79, pwede naman, no? Mataas naman, no? Titingnan mo dito kung saan ka medyo mababa, no? And then you will say, oops, teka, ba't ang operations natin 57 lang? You will have to improve that. And then customer 65. So you will have to look into individual metric and find out where you are not actually, meeting the targets. Lalo na in this case, no, itong customer dissatisfaction, 5% versus ang target mo na 2% lang. No? Ayan, medyo critical yan. And also, the error rate. I think dito yung pinaka hindi maganda. No? Kasi ang gusto mo, walang 99% correct ka, pero 95 lang. Ayan. Lalo na kung ang business ways nagde-deliver ka nga ng mga goods, no? Tapos may mali-mali. So, siyempre, nagre-reflect yan. Right? So, yun po yung ano natin. Okay po ba? Any questions po sa ating narinig niyo naman po ba? Or mahina ba? Gusto niyo ulitin ko itong record? Ay, sana.
Lang po, Doc.
Ano po?
Clear naman po. Clear
Okay.
naman po.
Yes po. Okay.
Clear po.
Sige po. Tapos po yung may mga nagre-request sa atin about moving ano po ba ang gusto niyong deadline dun sa mga previous nating assignment, no? Medyo alam ko naging busy tayo sa bakasyon. Hanggang kailan po ba tayo? Gusto niyo ba sa dulo na lang natin ilagay lahat? Kailan po ba ang ending natin? Para doon na lang natin ilagay lahat ng assignment. Alam ko, January, next week, di ba? Tama po ba?
Parang 15 po.
Oo. So, okay na ba sa inyo na January 16, Sunday? Okay na po ba yan na ganyan deadline? Tapos siguro ito po, gagawa na lang tayo ng gantong ito po, papagawa ko kayo ng gantong na process scorecard. Actually, susundan nyo lang po yung ginawa ko eh. I'll upload the Excel and then siguro gagawa na lang kayo ng ibang metrics. Susundan nyo na lang yung ano ko, pag higher, the higher the better, ganun lang po. Tapos magko-compute lang siya. Pagandahin nyo na lang po yung itsura and then the main scorecard will have medyo graph ng konti, ganun po. Tapos Excel na lang.
Using Doc using po yung our own company. Yung metrics.
Pwede naman po. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, yung company na lang po. Pero you don't have to say a lot, no? Baka hindi ayaw i-share ng company niyo yung ano. Pwede
Yes.
namang ano lang. Pwedeng hindi tunay na company. Yan. Hindi naman kailangan na talagang tunay na company. Sige po. So, okay na po ba sa lahat na yung pag-move ng deadline? May mga iba po kasi hindi nakakasagot. And sa iba naman na nakasagot na, if you want to still edit your answers bago magbigay ng finals grade, okay din po yun.
Pwede pa po, Doc, kahit po nasabit na?
Yes po, yes po. I-edit ko na lang po yung number of tries sa lahat. Para po fair. Fair sa lahat. Ayan po. Okay na po yun siguro for everybody, no? Pag meron lang po kayong comment, kasi wala naman po akong magagawa doon sa final submission ng grades. Baka po naman ma-delay tayo pag lumampas tayo doon sa mismong submission ng grades. So, kailangan siguro hanggang next week. Okay na yun. So, it is 16. January 15 po kasi yung Saturday, di ba? So, January 16 if everyone is okay with that. Okay po, mga kapatid?
Okay po, Doc.
Okay.
Thank you po, Doc.
Okay po. Okay lang po yun. Sige po, yun na lang naman po. Anyway, this is recorded. I'll upload this in our LMS. Saka po dun sa tinitingnan natin ng HR yung ating teams eh. That's why they want us to do Teams recording. But since hindi po lahat nakaka-access, i-upload ko na lang po itong Zoom doon, yung Zoom meet natin. Okay po, maraming salamat and keep safe po dahil medyo tumataas yung cases natin ng COVID. I hope that everyone is safe. Ayun po. And God bless everyone. Happy New Year po. Happy 2022 sa ating lahat. Sana po maging okay na tayo ngayon 2022. Maraming salamat po, ma'am and sir.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
everyone.
New Year po. Salamat po.